there. Okay. All right. Hi, this is Jenny with Honeycut Kitchen. I am making this video today to talk about some of my favorite snacks. I'm a packaged snacks lover, obviously. That's why I made my business out of it. And I grew up on a lot of these packaged foods that I think there's a lot of really cool companies in the natural space right now redoing and innovating. And putting in better ingredients, less ingredients, and I just think that it's awesome. And so I wanted to do a video of a compilation of some of my favorites with ties back to childhood too. So I'm gonna save some of my favorite ones for last, which means that I'm gonna start with my least favorite, which isn't that it's not my favorite, it's just that I didn't really eat goldfish that much growing up, but I did eat them kind of often. Anyway, this one is kind of an easy one. Annie's has been around for a really long time, but they have a huge portfolio of products. Actually, I should have brought the mac and cheese. I don't know why I didn't do that. I was just in the cracker aisle and I saw these and I was like, oh, these are a good option. Anyway, bunnies instead of fish, but they're organic, certified organic by the USDA, and then they don't use any artificial stuff, which unfortunately, like a lot of the packaged snacks that were things that like every American grew up on, one of the biggest like offenses I would say of the category or of those types of foods is just the number of like artificial ingredients and preservatives. I have a big thing against artificial colorings, even though they're probably the coolest part about packaged food because they make them be all of the amazing colors that they can be. They just have a lot of shown side effects that aren't great and obviously kind of creepy. Anyway, when we're trying to eat natural and whole foods as whole as we can anyway. Anyway, heck yes, I was a big Cheez-Its and what are they called? Cheese Nips fan. But these are just for like this video kind of doing like straight throwback to childhood. These are kind of like the healthy alternative to the goldfish. I feel like I'm not saying anything in the order that I wanted to say it, but we proceed. Okay, one of my other faves, hands down, or one of my closer to the top of my faves was Cheetos. Hell yeah. So that was like my favorite chip. I love some Doritos too, but Cheetos for sure, and definitely crunchy over puffs, though I would go back and forth sometimes. Anyways, these aren't the crunchy version or an alternative. Hippies, though, they're kind of like the puffs. I think they launched in Starbucks, so people have probably seen them for years now. This flavor is the nacho vibes, but they also have some more like new agey type flavors. I think they have a barbecue and a sriracha one. They're made with chickpeas, which is different, and then they're organic too, non-GMO, no soy, vegan. One of my best friends, Tyus, actually, anybody who follows Honeycut sees her on our social and stuff. She just got to try these for the first time the other day. She eats pretty clean otherwise, but she really loved them. They're really good. There's actually a few people in the puffed snack space, some that are like higher protein and just like some different positioning, but other ones to check out would be Petos and then Spudsy, which is a sweet potato puff. I couldn't grab those where I was at today, so I just grabbed Hippies, but love me some Cheetos alternatives for sure. And then in the candy set, there's actually a lot of really cool companies that are innovating in the candy space. I picked kind of a classic because honestly I have just like an affinity towards this company, Justin's anyway. It's like weird color. Because he's just like a great founder and has created a very great brand. It's a very premium, uses really good quality ingredients and keeps it super simple and basic, which is, again, it's just kind of like a feature of the branding, but something that I really like a lot. So anyway, he has a lot of products. A lot of people know him for his nut butters, but he has the peanut butter cups, which are really cool. They do an almond butter and a white chocolate version too, and then milk chocolate and dark chocolate, but these are just the dark chocolate peanut butter cups. Much better quality ingredients than the old school Reese's, so you gotta love those guys sometimes. Anyways, there's a lot of people innovating in the candy space. I think Little Secrets is another great example. My favorite candy bar growing up was actually a Twix, and I don't know of one that I've tried on the market that I love that would be kind of like similar to that. But there are people who have wafers out there. Unreal is a company that has like a lot of M&M type alternatives. My favorite candies growing up though were, ooh, I don't think there's a Starburst kind of like alternative yet. But Starburst and Twix and jelly beans, hands down faves. I still do eat like processed candy and processed snacks all the time. Obviously, like I'm in the food industry and trying to make products that are competitive and that kind of can test against like the flavor profile and desirability and whatnot of these other brands. So I still do eat the stuff, but just definitely not as much as I used to when I was younger. Okay, the next candy that I got is like one of my favorites ever because this founder is so cool. Her story is really interesting, kind of similar to mine in that she just had this one food product that she couldn't get herself away from, which was for her like just like one-off candy. She calls it penny candy in some of her interviews, and I don't really know what that is, but I guess that maybe is just like a format of drugstore candy when you just buy them one-off. Anyway, this is the company Smart Sweets. They have a pretty good lineup now of products. This is their Swedish fish, which was also one of my favorite candies ever. My dad liked this a lot, so we would always get this. But she has a Sour Patch kind of alternative, gummy bear alternative. I think she has sour and sweet, and then peach rings, which are like, I think my mom really likes the peach rings. They're really good. She came out with those recently. And a handful of their SKUs are plant-based, which is really cool too. They're super high fiber, and yeah, very low sugar. Definitely worth trying. You can get these basically anywhere. They're Canadian founded, I guess, but they're produced in the US and available in like all of the Whole Foods, lots of gas stations I've seen them in. I got this one at Whole Foods today. Okay, next in the category, actually before I do that, I'll just plug Honeycut. Honeycut, of course, has to make the video. So we have our carrot cake and our chocolate cake flavor. I'm so excited for when we actually can build out our set so that we have like tons and tons of options of different flavored cakes for people. What we're really trying to innovate is the snack cake category, and so that's like the zebra cakes, the Twinkies, the ding dongs, like a whole bunch of different stuff that I grew up on. I still love this category so much, but I'm trying to make us be kind of very unique in it with a whole different set of flavors and shapes, and a whole different type of fun and simplicity and really good quality ingredients. So this is us. The camera's acting like it's gonna die right now. It's stressing me out. I hope I can save this in time. Okay, Olipop is a new company, actually backed by one of founders that I really look up to the RX Bar guys. So they have a few different flavors right now. Classic root beer is the one I'm holding right here. It was my favorite soda growing up. Actually, I loved cream soda too. I loved a lot of sodas. We were a Coca-Cola household, but root beer was it, and especially if I wanted desserts, like a root beer float was hands down the thing that I got all the time. That and cheesecake. Favorite desserts. So this is really good. They have prebiotics in it, and they're really, really low calorie. It's 35 calories for the whole thing. I like it a lot better than like the sparkling waters or like LaCroix or whatever they're called. For sure, they're doing a good job here. Love root beer. And then my fave, Halo Top. When I first started getting into fitness and fitness nutrition, this company totally saved me. This is actually a new flavor, one of their limited flavors, blueberry crumble. I haven't tried this one, I don't think, but I picked it up because it kind of speaks to their unique flavor drops that they do every now and then. So they do like a peaches and cream. What else have they done? They've done like a peppermint bark and a gingerbread house, I think. No, not peppermint bark. But they do like seasonal drops, pumpkin pie, which is something that as we grow Honeycut, I'm super excited to do because I love seasonal flavors. Like they always get me no matter what, whether it's like a healthy food or not healthy food, or even just like a menu item at a restaurant. I'm always down for something that's like limited quantity. Like those marketing rules get me hardcore. Anyway, the blueberry crumble is cool also to me because it also hits on like nostalgia, American kind of like vibes, like American Pie vibes, which is vibes that I'm trying to get with Honeycut for sure. Like I love America, I want to be super proud of it, I am super proud of it, but I think there's a lot of stuff wrong with our food system. So I'm happy to be an American who can go like live out the American dream and like produce new fun products for our culture. And in the flavor profile of our of our products, I would also love to kind of like hint back at some of these American things. So another example of a flavor that I'm thinking of is like a pineapple upside down cake, which is something that my grandma always made, and it's just something that's not like a peanut butter chocolate or cookie dough, which is kind of like what it seems like all dessert type products in America are. Like those are your only flavor options. So I like to have fun with stuff, and obviously Halo Top does too, with like peaches and cream, blueberry crumble. They have a like a peanut butter and jelly flavor too, which is something I'm also thinking about doing with Honeycut. So anyway, love this company, love that I can eat the whole pint. That's the whole point. That's what I'm doing with the cakes too. Like you can eat the whole package. It's 200 calories or less per flavor. This one is only 190, but the other one is 200. So yeah, I'm about it. I love packaged snacks. I love that we're in a time in America where people are starting to care about nutrition and quality of ingredients and keeping things simple and kind of just trying to go back to the basics as much as you can within the packaged category anyway, like not adding a whole bunch of extra stuff to have crazy long shelf lives or make people think that it tastes super good because there's all these different like additives that cue you into different sugar molecules or whatever for the palate. And I love that so many of these companies are critically like evaluating what they're putting into their stuff, and keeping it simple and keeping it good quality. And some of these are fully organic, some are only organic for part of their ingredients. We're not fully organic, but we do use a lot of organic ingredients. I try to keep like all of our sweeteners organic, and all of our spices and stuff as well, and our inclusions, and eventually we'll move, I hope, to full organic. It's just hard as we're launching and there's a lot of priorities and stuff. I'm still holding the ice cream. I want to eat this stuff. Anyway, this was just like a fun little video I wanted to put together because I think the food world is changing, like I said, and there's a lot of cool players coming out here doing a lot of stuff. I'm gonna try to hold them all. I'm not gonna be able to do it for a little end of the video thing, but it's not gonna happen. All right, anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this. If there are other fun packaged snack alternatives that you love or wish there's a category that you wish was redone, let me know in the comments, or shoot me a note, because we're always thinking about R&D, and maybe actually I know the space pretty well. Maybe I actually know an alternative of something that you could give a try, if there's something you've really been like missing in the package set that you haven't seen. So anyway, hope this was fun, and I'm gonna end this video. Bye.